Good afternoon, everybody. This is Pat Walker at MissionWinners.com. I wanted to do a video, and this is a video for everybody. One of the biggest problems people have is finding good stocks to buy that'll move. I mean, there's thousands of stocks out there, but a lot of them don't move. And so the question is, what are some of the characteristics of past great winners that we could transfer that knowledge and find good stocks today that can make a move for us? I've done a lot of work on this through the years, and these are some of the findings that I've come up with, and I have to share this with you. I found that by and large, if you can find stocks that last quarter's earnings were up 40% or higher, or the average of the last 2 quarters of sales were up 45% or higher, and it's a stock that's in a leading group and it's above the 50-day, it trades at least 100,000 shares a day, it's within 15% of 52-week highs, you're starting to put together a really great screen that's going to find good stocks. And that's what we're looking for. I don't want to sit there and spend my time looking at 200 charts and 2/3 of them are junk. That's the beauty of MarketSmith. This is a Bill O'Neill product. I was in the product beta test group development of the original Daily Graphs Online. And I will tell you this, I couldn't do my job without this product. I couldn't do it. It's a great product. I know a lot of really good investors that use this. So I wanted to share this with you. I'll tell you this, I'm an IBD meetup co-leader, and so I teach this constantly to different people. So here we go. If we know, and I'm going to show you something here. This is a chart of Apple. I just had that one up, but I'll show you here. These are the screens. These are a bunch of the screens. The Bill screen. Stocks in the top 10 groups. Stocks that last quarter's earnings were up 40% or higher. Stocks that last quarter's sales were up 45% on average for 2 quarters on average. Stocks that have 100, you'll like this one. Earnings per share last quarter of 100% or higher. Sales for the last quarter of 100% or higher. It's estimates 100% or higher. Does 300,000 shares a day, and I put on various price and volume constraints. These are a lot of my screens. Earnings per share rank of 90 or higher. Relative strength rank of 90 or higher. Composite rating of 90 or higher. Last quarter's earnings were up 30% or higher. Last quarter's sales were up 30% or higher. These are my screens. I run these screens and I'll put them together into list. And it just makes it easier for us. Then I take that list, I screen those stocks, and I look for good stocks. When I find some that meet the criteria with great numbers in a great group, with hopefully good estimates going forward, and it has a clean and simple base, those are the ones I key on. Every night, I take that list of 10 to 20 stocks and I put them together in a key list. This is the list that I send out that help people find winning stocks. In other words, you're hiring me to do the work for you. So how do we do this? Again, I stress, I'm looking for great companies. I want to show you something here, though, that's really great. We can just run this screen right here. 40% earnings in the top 20 groups. 44 stocks. This is a tighter screen, but it's got a bunch of great stocks. Some of these you probably recognize, okay? Siebert Financial. I'll just show you something here. This is just a screen, and I'm going to run down ticker symbols really fast for you, okay? Just boom, gone. Grind it up. LPL Financial Services lifted through the 50-day. This one's thin, it gaps a lot. I'm going to stop here in a second, but I just want to show you there's Interactive Brokers. Been lifting off here nicely. That's good to see. First Solar, we're in First Solar right here, lifting through these tops. Boot Barn, lifted up here recently on earnings. Abercrombie and Fitch, Dollar Tree, Five Below, grinding up. Anyway, I'm going to stop with it. Here's LGIH. Had a nice move here. Look at that. Last 2 quarters ago, 45 over 46, 63. There's a break right there. Buy that at 50, and here it is. You're up 50%. LGIH, and it met the criteria, not this quarter, not just this quarter, the previous quarter. These were the numbers you were looking at right in here, and off it goes. Now I'm going to show you another screen here that's very important, and this is one I really like. It's this. This is fairly tight, but I want to show it to you. 100% earnings, 100% sales last quarter, 100% estimates, does 300,000 shares a day. You can say, what's on this? Is this a lot of stocks, Pat? I mean, these got to be good stocks. Well, here we go. There's other constraints on there too, by the way. I'm not going to take a look at low-priced junk. I'm not going to take a look. Let's be pragmatic. If you want to buy a stock that's going to hit new highs, why don't you look for stocks that are relatively close to new highs? Duh. That's how we do it. You want to buy donuts, go where they sell donuts. Maybe that sounds like a bad analogy, but you get the point. I love donuts. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to run this screen. I mean, it's 9 stocks. Here we go. And again, this is MarketSmith. Boom. It fits the criteria here. It fits the criteria here. It fits the criteria here. 100 over 100 minimum. 100 over 100 minimum. 100 over 100 minimum. Boy, it sounds like a broken record. Anyway, going sideways, lifting off. Just a nice lace. Now, are these all going to work? No, I'm not going to lay that out and tell you that. Nothing works all the time. But we're stacking the deck in our favor. Stocks that have great numbers normally do better than stocks that don't. Excel. Here's one that's just going, it's got great numbers, but it's just going sideways. Hasn't done anything at all yet. RES lifted through here, grinding on up. It's slow. It's really not doing too much of anything. Pump broke through a little spot here and grinding up. You can say, well, boy, there ain't nothing here. Jag, there's really nothing here, Pat. I'm not seeing anything good. It's 9 stocks. How long does it take for you to go through 9 stocks to find that? Clean, downward sloping trend line, right there. And you can say, gosh, I guess if it takes across these tops right here, around $113 a share, somewhere in there, that would be a buy. So yeah, I can go with that. And today is the payday. Boom. On volume. Matador, going sideways. Coherent, just chopping around. You can say, well, there's really not much moving there. It's 9 stocks. 9. Doesn't take too long to go through 9. If there's only one that's good, then that's the one you key on. So you take that information. I'm going to back up and tell you this. Research indicates that companies that have last quarter's earnings up, there's mixtures here. Last quarter's earnings up 40% or higher. They're over the 50-day. They're over $10 a share. They trade more than 200,000 shares a day. They're within 15% of 52-week highs. They're in the top 30 or 40 groups. That's a good hole to fish in. Take all those constraints I just told you and just change one. Instead of 40% earnings, the last 2 quarters, average sales were 45% or higher in the top 20 groups. Top 20 groups. It gives you a great list of stocks. I run this screen and run it separately and keep that list separately. I combine this screen, this screen, this screen, this screen, this one, and this one. Put them all together and make another list. You can say, Patrick, how many stocks are you talking about? 100 to 130. You say, God, how long does that take to go through? It doesn't take that long, and it's your money. It's your money. It's what we do. And there's your list. And what do we focus on? We focus on clean and simple. That's what I'm looking for. I want to find stuff that everybody can see, because if everybody sees it, it increases the odds that they will buy it too. So, you take this data and you run through it, you make your list. Here we go. Show this again. And one of the stocks that comes up on the list was right there, Diamondback Energy. And I got to show you this. Clean downward sloping trend line, This is the 50-day. This is the 20-day. This is the 8-day. Good earnings and sales growth for a couple of quarters. Good estimates going forward. Decent group. Decent chart pattern. Everything's sweet potato pie. That's the daily. Something else you should do? Glance at the weekly. Look at that long weekly base. Isn't that nice? Just going sideways. Look at the blue bars. Blue is good. What is blue? Buys. Buys. I like that. They are buying it, going up. So we go there. You put it together and you make a list. And right here, and you check it twice. Okay, I had to say it. It's that season. Here we go. Right here, you make a key list. This is my key list. This is from last night for today. Some of these stocks didn't do anything today. Okay? I'm not going to lie to you. Some of them didn't do anything. Some of them did really well. Sorry about that. Some of them did very well. FANG was on the list last night with a buy spot. Buy zone, 112.65. What was the note that I put on there? Nice long base. Ooh, boy, I'm fancy, aren't I? There it is. So what do we got? Here's what we got right here. Here's the stock. The highs on these bars right here. And I said if it takes out these tops on volume, it could be good. Well, here's what I was looking at last night. That. Saying if it takes out these tops, that could be good. And it did it. Why 112.65? The high there is 112.60. See where it says that on this grid right there? 112.60. It's the second line from the top. Buy spot. 112.65. Nickel over that. Nickel to a dime over that. Trigger through there, and off it went. That's what we're looking for. So what's this all about? The ability to take this information and make custom screens to help you make more money. That's what I'm trying to do. That's what I teach all the time. That's my background, is investing and teaching and just trying to help people. So that's how we'll do this. And again, I'm going to show you some of these screens. 90, 90, 90. Earnings per share rank 90 or higher. Relative strength rank 90 or higher. And composite rating 90 or higher. That's a good screen right there, folks. You can say, how many stocks does this come up with? I'll tell you. Comes up with 36. 36. What's on this list? Watch this. You'll know some of these. This is organized by group rank. You probably recognize, there's LGIH. You look at these here. You recognize Winnebago. You YY. You'll recognize some of the stocks on this list. That helps us. It stratifies things so we know where to focus. So to recap, I key on stocks that either last quarter's earnings were up 40% or higher, or last quarter's sales, the average is up 45% or higher. That's two of my screens, and I put them together in a list. I focus on strength. They say buy low, sell high. I don't know how low is. You like to buy high and sell higher. We focus on clean and simple chart patterns that are easy for everybody to see, so they'll act on it also. And that increases the odds that it'll work. Just like on the FANG. And the other thing that's important, we always limit losses. We never have a problem. That's very, very important. So I wanted to stress this. That's one of the ways that we make lists, we make screens, and we make lists. You can sit there and say, okay, Patrick, what do you do for me? I'm going to lay it on the table and tell you this. At missionwinners.com, we do this for people every night, 5 times a week. You got a list, and you get it early enough that you can look at the charts yourself right here. This went out last night, okay? And what we do is we'll put it out. You'll get it. You could say, Patrick, right here, what would happen if I just bought, I don't know, 100 shares? Just 100 shares? You made almost $500 today. If you bought 200 shares, just 200 shares. You basically paid for almost a 1-year subscription to missionwinners.com. That's what I'm doing. The goal is not to give you stocks. It's to teach you how to fish, on what to look for. What I talked about today, primarily, the constraints on super stocks. That's what we're after, and I hope that helps you. And I thank you.